In this video, we'll explore the Agile mindset and its importance in modern project management and product development. We will explore how to shift from a process-centric approach to a value-centric approach. A process-centric approach mainly focuses on following predefined steps and procedures, whereas a value-centric approach focuses on delivering customer value through continuous adaptation. Let's discuss the core principles that underpin the Agile mindset. The first core principle is embracing change, which means viewing change as an opportunity rather than a disruption, adapting plans based on emerging requirements. Collaboration is another important principle, which prioritizes cross-functional teamwork and open communication over siloed departments and hierarchies. Focusing on the frequent delivery of working solutions rather than comprehensive documentation is also a core principle. Lastly, it is also important to center decisions around customer needs and feedback, rather than internal processes or assumptions. Here's a comparison between traditional and agile thinking. In a traditional mindset, planning involves detailed upfront planning with fixed requirements and timelines. On the other hand, the agile mindset encourages adaptive planning with iterative development and feedback loops. Traditional success metrics are based on adherence to the plan, on-time delivery, and staying within budget. Agile success metrics, however, focus on customer satisfaction, the business value delivered, and overall quality. Finally, in a traditional mindset, change is seen as disruptive and costly and something to be avoided. But in an agile mindset, change is expected and embraced as an opportunity. Now let's dive into value-centric thinking. As you can see, customer value is at the heart of everything. Around customer value, there are several key concepts, like continuous delivery, feedback loops, collaboration, adaptation, experimentation, and transparency. It's essential to prioritize outcomes that deliver customer value, rather than rigidly adhering to processes. Creating systems that enable the steady delivery of value through small, frequent increments is essential. And defining success through customer satisfaction and business impact metrics is also a key component of value-centric thinking. To adopt an agile mindset, there are several shifts in thinking that you need to consider. Shift from fixed plans to adaptation by embracing uncertainty, and be willing to adjust course based on new information and feedback. For instance, instead of saying we're not changing the plan, say we're improving it based on what we've learned. Shift from tools to a mindset by recognizing that agility comes from thinking differently, not just using agile tools or ceremonies. For example, our daily stand-ups aren't valuable because we do them, but because of how we approach them. Shift from output to outcome by focusing on the impact and value of work, rather than the volume of features or deliverables. Instead of asking, "Did we build it right?" ask, "Did we build the right thing?" Shift from silos to collaboration by breaking down barriers between teams and disciplines to create shared understanding and ownership. For instance, we succeed or fail as a team, not as individuals with separate responsibilities. Here are some practical applications of the Agile mindset. One application is iterative decision-making, which means making smaller decisions more frequently, allowing for course correction based on feedback. This involves breaking large decisions into smaller ones and creating feedback loops to validate assumptions. Another application is value-based prioritization, prioritizing work based on customer value and business impact, rather than ease of implementation. You can see an example of value-based scoring, where priority is a calculated field based on a formula. Creating safe spaces for testing ideas and learning from both successes and failures is also an important aspect. Lastly, continuous improvement is crucial, which involves regularly reflecting on processes and outcomes to identify opportunities for improvement. Adopting the Agile mindset can present some challenges, but they can be overcome. One common challenge is organizational resistance, where established organizations often have deeply ingrained processes and cultural norms that resist change. You can overcome this by starting with small, visible wins that demonstrate value. Another challenge is the fear of uncertainty. Teams accustomed to detailed plans may feel uncomfortable with the adaptive nature of Agile approaches. You can address this by building confidence through short iterations with clear outcomes and celebrate learning from both successes and failures. Another challenge is metrics misalignment, where traditional performance metrics often focus on output rather than outcomes and value delivery. To tackle this, develop new metrics that measure customer satisfaction, business impact, and team health, along with delivery metrics. Finally, there is the challenge of Agile theater, where teams adopt Agile practices without embracing the underlying mindset, resulting in cargo cult Agile. Focus on the principles over practices, and encourage teams to understand why they're using specific approaches and adapt them as needed. Here are some key takeaways from this video. Agile is a mindset first and a process second. Value-centric thinking focuses on outcomes over outputs. Embrace change as an opportunity, not a disruption. Collaboration and transparency build trust and shared ownership. Continuous improvement requires both reflection and action. Remember, agility is the ability to adapt and respond to change. Agile organizations view change as an opportunity, not a threat. As a next step, identify one process-centric practice in your team that could be reimagined with a value-centric mindset. Experiment with a small change and measure the impact. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.